Welcome to Pen Jen's Inkwell podcast. My name is Jen Waters. I hope you enjoy my stories. Handprints was inspired by the kindergarten clay handprint that I made as a kid. I remember sitting in kindergarten and making the handprint in clay, and it was baked in an oven after we made our mark. This rhyming poem is similar but different to my thinking cap on Wonderland. It just seemed like everyone had such a special and individual mark to make. I have a lot of other funny memories from kindergarten, like nap time, playing on the playground, getting an extra dessert when it was someone else's birthday, playing with Play-Doh, having my own cubbyhole for my jacket and backpack, and lining up in the hall in a straight line when we would walk somewhere as a class. I named the heroine of the poem Juliana Nelsen after Julian of Norwich, who wrote Revelations of Divine Love. The poem is scored to Frère Jacques, or Brother John, which seemed like it had an innocent and playful nature to it. Here's Handprints. I hope you love it. Handprints on the walls, thumbprints on the ceiling, footprints on the floor are really quite revealing who I am and where I've been, what I've done and what I give, with everywhere I've ever gone and proof of how I live. You can call me Juliana, and Nelsen is my last name. I'm almost 12 years old, and I put my handprints in a frame. I made them out of red clay to say that I was here. So I'll always be remembered by people far and near. When I look at them closely, I can see original design. I like to touch and hold things. My fingerprints are mine. The print is not the same as anyone else's hand. It's the reason why I'm me. I'm sure you can understand. When you look at my handprints, you can tell that I like rhyme. I like reason and mathematics, and Michelangelo any old time. I like ice cream and whipped cream and chocolate soda floats. I like symphonies and ballet and sophisticated quotes. I like sunrise and blue skies and fields of yellow daisies. I like dancing and dreaming and doodling crazies. My parents are both artists who work in paint and clay. I'm a budding artist too. I work on drawings every day. But lately I like handprints of each shape and tiny size. I started with my own hand because I found that wise. But now I'll take your handprints. If you would lend your palm, you can show them to your friends and give them to your mom. When they see your handprints, they will know just who you are, and you'll always be remembered like a silver shooting star. So make your first impression now once and done forever. Your handprints are a painting. Oh, how extra super clever. Write your name in the clay at the bottom of your print. Don't write too small, or your mom will have to squint. Between the first and last name, use your middle initial, or spell out the whole name if you want to make it official. Everyone will know you, that you are you alone. A masterpiece of fine art to which there is no clone. By looking at your handprints, the world will know your likes and your dislikes and your favorites, and when your heart says yikes. If you really want the world to notice that you're unique, cover your hands with paint and use this one technique. Leave a trail of handprints in the colors of the rainbow. Use your fingers and your toes. You can even use your elbow. You can also use your handprints to make much larger paintings. A string of hearts or flowers could be very entertaining. Your handprints can be wings for an angel taking flight, or turtles with their shells that hardly ever bite, or a butterfly that soars through the springtime sky, or the sun in the heavens that makes you blink your eye. Your handprints could be leaves on a tall and mighty tree, and your fingers the fins of a fish in the sea, or the legs of a giraffe as he's stretching his neck, or the feathers of a flamingo as he boards a boat deck. You could even make a stamp from your handprint mark, or a quilt for your bed to keep warm in the dark, or write your name on a shirt for pajamas in the night. When you wake in the morning, you'll feel extra cheery and bright. When you look at your handprints, you can see a larger meaning. It's a picture with a purpose that has a brilliant meaning. Your hands are always growing, just like your whole life story. So be proud of your handprints and all their wonderful glory. They're on display in a gallery of never-ending ageless art. From babies to old folks, handprints are from the heart. And when I'm age 101, I'll see my prints from age 12, and I'll remember being young, collecting things to shelve. But my handprints, like my heart, will almost be the same, just a little bigger with time, and they'll still be in a frame.
This has been Pen Gen's Inkwell podcast. I wrote and performed all the original stories in the podcast. This podcast is produced by Eric Baines, who scored all the stories and poems in the series to original and public domain music. The podcast is associated with my blog of the same name, Pen Gen's Inkwell, which can be found on my website, jenwaters.com.